welcome to yet again another fabulous episode of Sports Nonsense and Whiskey. Wednesday, September 15th. Coming at you with the fellas from the cave, as always. Zach?
What's up, fellas?
He did it. He did it.
He
I
did.
did.
He did.
All
I was waiting.
right, there you go.
I'm waiting for it. It's your boy.
All right, we're moving. He apparently grew up a little bit, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks,
And
Zach Attack.
It's your man.
that's how we're going about it now. Pinky, how you doing?
Oh man, best part of my day. Thank God it's Wednesday. Hump day.
Perfect. SP.
This is a long day.
All right.
Like, literally.
Yeah, for sure.
Long day.
Yeah,
Long
it's
day.
always a long day right before you're about to go on vacation.
Oh,
What's-
you have
what's
more
that?
to
What's a
say,
vacation?
expand on?
What's
Now,
vacation?
what is that? What do you?
You haven't lived until you take your vacation.
Well, that's probably
Oh.
true.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Zach.
He's like
I've
my
got-
vacation.
I've got some Pinky story time.
Oh, all right.
I mean, we'll talk about your vacation first.
I'm going fishing. Go ahead.
That's
Who's
it?
going with you?
My buddy Jeff.
Couple days?
Thursday through Sunday.
Where you heading?
Just the two of you this time?
He doesn't talk about it.
Oh, that's
I
right.
remember from
That's right.
last year.
Doesn't
yeah.
talk about it. Sorry.
Just the two of you this time?
And, well, actually, one of my contractors that I work for.
He doesn't talk about it because they literally just go to Costco and buy fish and
Buy
then
fish.
post pictures.
We
all
don't eat
day.
fish, dude. We release them
Release them.
in the river.
that sounds
Appreciated the
that
visual,
just serves
too.
no purpose to me. If I catch you, I
Yeah.
am taking you home.
Right.
I am eating you.
Dude,
Yeah.
Colorado's are all sticky about that. I mean, because there's like certain lakes you can only take certain sizes between certain sizes.
This is sport fishing, guys, where it's okay to kill them inhumanely by shocking them to death.
They don't shock them to death. They shock them, count them, and then they flip right back over in like a minute.
I'm sorry. I'm
What?
making you into tuna if I catch you. Like that's what's
They
happening.
do that to keep the fish population to see so they can milk them for their.
I wasn't talking about actually shocking. I was talking about the shock to the system when you are held out of water to take photographs with people all day long.
Dude, no, you're giving him a story, dude. It's like, think about it, right? If you were abducted by aliens, right? That's kind of what you're doing to them,
Well, yeah. See, those fish
Yeah.
go back and tell their other fish. and
right?
it's
Dude,
like,
you're
hey,
not gonna believe what happened to me.
Hey,
yeah.
don't you dare touch this mighty shrimp. Okay, this one's fake.
But I'm going to go eat it again.
And then they're hard to catch. No,
They're
dude.
also a little stupid. Yeah.
No. Where I go, it's extremely big fish. It's catch and release only. You can't have them out of the water.
They're smart. They
so
escape.
you literally have to. You have a net that's probably about 3 feet long.
I don't get it.
You catch them in the net. You leave them in the water.
If I don't get to keep them,
Unhook
I don't get it. Like why?
No, I get it. I'm too lazy to go home and cook them. I'm like, yeah, might as well just throw you back. I'm gonna grab McDonald's on the way home anyways.
Fishing to me has never seemed like something you do for fun. It seems like something you do as a necessity in life. And if that necessity is not there,
So
there
you
is no point
You
in
feel the
fishing.
same way about fishing as you do walking. It's a necessity to life, but it's not really fun.
Yeah, I do walking because it's a necessity to life.
That's true. If there was an alternative, I'd probably take it.
I don't hunt either because as of right now, it is not a necessity to my life.
It's true.
People hunting for fun too. So
Yeah, I think it's a move.
It is. I
I
catch.
mean-
I release.
Yeah. All right, I get
Okay.
you. Okay,
You
you're a
know,
good citizen. You're
When-
better than us.
When,
We
when
get
you're
it.
trying to hook into like 30-inch river rainbow trout in Colorado,
Ladies and
up in
gentlemen,
the
he
high
said
mountain-
30-inch river rainbow. If you want to know where this kid's going, get at me on the side, throw me a little something, and I will make sure you are on the fish.
No,
I don't know what's going on.
he just knows what river. He just doesn't know where I fish it.
I know. Trust me.
So, attaching to the vacation plans.
Yeah.
So, I've been planning for my wife. Her 40th birthday is next month. And I have gotten a trip put together to go to Daytona Beach.
I thought you were gonna say Detroit.
No. Nobody goes to vacation on Detroit
I know.
unless you're slinging drugs or something.
Like you must have an
right?
I'm taking
insurance
you to a
policy.
Tigers game.
I thought he was about to say the Diamond Club.
So, I've had this a secret for months.
Uh-huh.
So, at least 6 months.
Gotcha.
One of my good friends, she's got a beach house down in Daytona Beach, and she's letting us use the beach house.
Uh-huh.
I think she's just making us pay for cleaning. Like it's a pretty good deal,
What a
Right.
dick move.
right? So,
Make somebody pay for cleaning.
well, it's an Airbnb kind of thing. Like the last couple people have kind of messed it up. So I was like, hey, we'll clean it ourselves, and if it doesn't look that great, then I'll pay for a cleaner, like whatever, whatever you pay for a cleaner. But again, it's a good friend. She's letting us use it for free. It's gonna be awesome. I've never been to Florida. I'm excited. We're gonna go to St. Augustine. I think we're just gonna hang out. I don't think I'm gonna. I thought about Disney World for a sec, and then I was like, I'm just gonna hang out. So, sure enough, some good friends have moved back from San Antonio. They were they're USAA people. I don't know if you remember Tanya Peterson.
Yeah, briefly.
She was a manager in PNC,
Yeah.
and her and her husband have moved back. Her husband and I are just kindred spirits. Has a good time, and sure enough, we're out Friday night. They just got back. Go downtown, have a meal at Streetcar. Pretty. I'd never been there. Very hipster. Burger was fantastic. The drinks, the old fashioned, it's the best old fashioned I've had. Fantastic. Definitely recommend it. Then we do Cork and Cast. That's also downtown. We're hanging out. Getting to the end of the night, we're saying our goodbyes. We're gonna go watch the game, Broncos game on Sunday. Celebrate the first game of the season. Everything's going well. Mike just blurts out, "Hey, you guys are going to Florida next month, aren't you?" Are you kidding me, Mike? 6 months. I've kept that secret for 6 months. You ruined it just like that.
Wait, why did he even know?
I had invited them to come down.
Well, that was dumb.
Did you uninvite him right after that?
I did not uninvite him.
Oh, okay.
And Hannah,
Damn, it said it slept 4, but it's actually only 1.
Hannah was like, "You could have just played it." I was like, I was too drunk to try to lie to you at that point.
That sucks.
But
What was his name again?
Mike.
Mike. Hey, good job, Mike. In case you happen to listen to this.
He was going to come tonight,
Oh,
but we got a little too happy on Sunday, and he needed to stay home to make the wife happy. So.
got you. That's an excuse I would have made too to not invite him after ruining a surprise like that.
So,
Good job.
actually, that will be my second episode I miss. And it'll be in October 13th.
Well, it's a good thing we're already looking for replacements. It's getting habitual. You know what I mean?
You know, it's got to happen.
This
It's her
guy-
Ooh, that reminds me.
40th
Speaking
birthday.
about that,
Huh.
we might not be here January 9th.
What?
Where are you guys going?
What?
Where are you going?
Disney World,
For why?
because we want to.
January 9th?
Like, are you guys working on scheduling that? Like,
We've been working on it for about a year. What? And it's when my parents.
Who's
Time
watching the 6-month-old or
Oh,
whatever?
He's coming.
That's awful.
No way, dude. We took Xander at 9 months.
Oh, that's ridiculously dumb.
No way. It's great. You got a stroller.
I don't
carry
take.
all your
I
shit.
had a rule. I didn't take my kids anywhere in a stroller. If they had to be in a stroller, we didn't go.
What happened to the fun-loving Pinky?
I am a fun-loving Pinky, but I am not dealing with crowds and bullshit with a big-ass stroller.
Oh, dude, January 9th is
happened?
your slow time.
Yo, the stroller seems way easier than letting them
that's
try
true.
to walk around and shit.
My wife went to Disney World in February.
Yeah. So, like, right after New Year's, it's supposed to be super easy to get through. And, I mean, there's going to be 4 adults there to watch a baby.
Well, then, if that happens, forget these guys, and we'll take someone else.
Gotcha. I mean,
Oh, wait, we're going during the game?
Yeah, dude. Maybe. Maybe.
Dude, tell your kids to just miss a week of school. We need to go after.
No, it's
Damn.
when we can use my parents' timeshare.
Priorities.
right, I guess.
Aaron and I will have a good time.
Big fans, I can tell over here.
Sam will probably have a good time.
Right.
Wait,
We'll be all
wait.
right.
What day is the game on?
January 9th.
Dude, we just fly in early. Have 2 cars at the airport.
Yeah, I'm sure our wives are going to love it.
I
It's like, hey,
I can
we're
make
gonna
that
leave
You're
work.
going to need 2 cars anyways.
Yeah, I know.
We just
but
took
we're
them to
gonna
Disney
leave you
World. Dude, we
with
have
the
to be
kids.
super awesome at Disney World. That's what needs to happen.
Yes,
We
dear.
have to be super
Yes, dear.
badass awesome at Disney World. And then it's simple. We fly in, we meet them over there, we do
That's
all the
not
fun
gonna go over
tailgating
well.
and everything.
Fly in that day in Denver.
Yes.
Yeah.
We go straight to the tailgating in the game and then we come home.
Sounds like a long fucking day. Monday's going to suck ass.
Oh, I'm
Wait,
taking
are you
Monday.
guys coming
Taking
home on the
Monday off.
9th?
I
Yeah,
don't know. No.
that's what it would be.
I think it is the 9th.
So wait, we got to pick you up at the airport? Is that what's
no,
happening?
No, no,
We'll
no,
have 2
we
cars.
meet you there. Oh no, we don't want to drive though. I don't.
I don't want to worry about 2 cars in Denver.
You never got to worry about us.
Yeah,
Pinky.
pick us
Don't
up.
worry about
there
that.
you go. I like it. Pinky picks us up.
I mean, it depends on what the flight.
I mean, Aaron's
coming in
driving,
is
so-
gonna be, though.
We'll make a sign.
Dude,
that
we
says
would have
Pinky's
to.
Party
What,
bus.
it's the night
Pick
game,
us up.
right?
No, it's like a 225
Oh,
game.
shit.
Dude,
We
we'd
ain't
have to
been-
leave at like 6 a.m. East Coast time
No,
to
dude,
make
I
it
think
back.
it's earlier than that. We ain't going.
I mean, actually, no. 9 a.m. East Coast time would be 7 a.m. here. It's about a 3.5 hour flight.
No, I think it's long.
And you gain 2
No,
hours.
I've already done it. I've done Miami to here.
You gain 2 hours.
No, listen,
Eastern to
listen.
Mountain. You gain 2.
If we get a 9, 10,
Math is
if
not
we
our
get 10
specialty.
a.m., that's
Let's-
8.
first
That
of all,
puts us
let's make
here
sure it's the
by
right date.
noon.
But I'm just letting you fellas know.
We just wouldn't tailgate. I think we can make it work. Baby, I love you. Disney World's going to be the time of your life.
Yeah, she's not listening. You're fine.
All right. So,
Son of a...
But they're not going for that. So
yeah. No, not
We
a
need to go
chance.
the week after.
I know my wife. My wife would be like, "Wait, you're doing what?" Actually, she'd be okay with it. But their wives, I don't think they're going to be okay with that.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
Mm.
If not,
Traveling without you, especially your wife with a newborn on a
Okay.
plane, that ain't happening.
Not without me.
Oh,
we
dude, my
all
wife
fly...
traveled with
All the...
two kids.
Yeah.
I know what you did.
But all the families
No,
would
my
just
wife
fly
by
at the same
herself.
time back. I'm not flying separately back. We all fly at the same time.
Your wife's
back.
not going to like to fly at 6 a.m.
She's fine at any time in the airports. I'm the one that's terrible at airports.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Moving on.
yeah.
What else you got?
Enough
Anything?
nonsense.
Yeah, I think we're good with the nonsense.
I was just gonna say, just started watching the show C. Highly recommend.
You know what?
Keep thinking about that one.
Funny thing. So I started watching that show. When did it come out? 2 years ago?
A year ago.
Okay.
Just second season
I
just
have
dropped.
yet to get through the first episode because it's too violent. And every time my kids walk down, I have to turn it off.
Here's the kicker.
There's definitely some questionable stuff in it. It's probably a
Here's
good
the
idea to
kicker.
keep that
If
off.
I know you guys keep saying Ted Lasso this, Ted Lasso that. If I start my Apple subscription, I'm probably going to start with C actually.
No, Ted Lasso.
And I think that might take up all of my free
No,
3 month
Ted Lasso.
subscription.
It's only 9 episodes. Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff I watch.
Ted Lasso, bro.
Yo,
Ted Lasso, bro.
just started watching, and I'm already basically done with it. Of what's already out there, Wu-Tang, an American Saga, amazing.
Sorry.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
That's for you, Billy. Wu-Tang.
Dude, you don't know who Wu-Tang is?
Of course I know who
Oh.
Wu Tang is.
Well,
This
yeah,
face is
He
a
just
lack
questioned
of
you.
caring.
He just
yeah.
I
questioned
totally
you.
just
Dude,
questioned
You know
oh,
he's a heavy metal dude.
I love
Yeah, come on, man.
me some Wu-Tang. Jizza might be the best lyricist of all time.
See,
So you
Devil horns.
strictly like heavy metal, and that's it.
No, I listen to a lot of different stuff. Just Wu Tang's not one of those things.
Dude,
Maybe you haven't heard the right Wu-Tang yet.
That's
Wu-Tang Clan
possible.
ain't nothing to fuck with, okay?
And that
That's-
would not be the right stuff that's going to draw you in based on what I'm hearing.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
I think some Bobby Digital would draw you in a
dude,
little
Bobby
bit.
Digital, one of the
I
greatest
think
albums of all time.
Yeah, dude, that's really good.
Pinky, you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Listen,
If Bill were here, he'd be loving this conversation right now. He
Bill
loves
Vamp?
Wu-Tang.
I got a couple Jizza
Loves
songs that
Wu-Tang.
you can hear, and I,
I like
think
Bill.
you'll
He has a Wu-Tang.
have a different
welcome
appreciation.
first off, that name
It's a
really just puts
Wu-Tang
me
welcome
off.
mat for
Jizza.
Yeah.
Well, get past it when you hear the genius behind it.
Okay.
They're pretty talented guys. They
Yeah.
really are.
Okay.
He does a lot of music producing
what?
for movies.
Right
Raekwon the chef.
Dude, you're forgetting the most famous.
I
one
wasn't
of them
even.
all.
I'm getting.
Old Dirty Bastard.
ODB, Method Man, Inspected Deck, Above the Clouds with Gangstar. I mean, they're dude.
Aaron's like, what did we get into here? How did this happen?
I will say this right now is probably the best time for me to check them out because I have started listening to some Tech Nine, some Hobson, some NF. So I'm actually starting to create this little appreciation for rap, which I had not had previously. But now that I'm kind of
You
listening
do
to it in
want
a
old
different
rap.
light.
You don't want new rap.
Yeah.
And Wu-Tang's, it'll
I'm
be good,
like-
buddy.
I don't listen
Come
to
talk
mumble
to me.
rap.
I'll put you on some stuff that is actually lyrical and good to listen to.
Dude, Animal Planet.
Yeah.
Boom.
Fame.
Busting out some discovery. I like it.
Jizza fame. Boom.
Boom.
All right.
Some Talib, some Mos Def. There's plenty of really good stuff.
The actor.
Yep.
Yep.
Common. even.
Common. Yeah.
Common, really good. Kanye's first couple albums actually are really good.
Before he went crazy.
That's what I hear.
Yes. That's what he said. Like the first
Crazy
two.
rich.
There's
saying.
some.
I
there's
guess when
some
you
stuff.
are crazy rich, you can afford to be a little eccentric, right?
Absolutely. I would. Why not? Billionaire.
billionaire a couple times over is what it sounds like,
Yeah. That
which is
last move.
crazy.
Okay, all right. So what else then? What are we moving into? I hear we have some baseball talk. My favorite time of the evening.
Yeah,
Get some bills
you're
done,
gonna
Aaron.
really
Yeah,
love
Get
this.
some bills done.
Got some stuff to Google.
We'll nudge you and wake you up when it's time.
I'll send you some Reddits.
So with the only being about 20 games left, 19 games left. We
I
got
mean, what, a little over 2 weeks left in the
a
season,
little
right?
bit over 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Figured we got to at least say something about the wild card picture in the AL and NL.
It's close enough where I think it's worth discussing.
Yeah, man.
What was that picture?
It's all right. Sam sent me something. I was just checking something out.
Oh, all right.
Sam knows.
So, I mean, we got the wild card. We got the Dodgers, obviously. They secure the number one wild card spot. They're 16 and a half games up.
They
This was
secured the
last
number
night.
one wild card spot, though. Why?
Because the Giants are up 2.5 games on them in the division.
Giants secured the first playoff spot. And it looks like your little call of the Dodgers winning the division
That
might
was-
actually not come true, but they probably still win the World Series.
Hold on. That's just a playoff spot, okay?
I get it. But at this rate, it does look like the Giants, with them being in first, are going to be able to hold it out.
You know, with the addition of Chris Bryant, that team is... They come through when they need
Maybe
to.
they've had enough. Because I was wrong last time. I thought it was odd years. It was even years.
Yes.
Maybe they've had enough time with even years. Now they're switching to odds.
Well, I think what happened is, so they signed all their veterans. I mean, Brandon Crawford got a new deal this year. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
he's kind of playing a little above his normal.
Yes.
Belt's playing a little bit above his normal.
Yes, exactly. Posey's, you know,
Posey's. I mean, is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Fringe, right?
Fringe.
I don't know. You
I
got
don't know.
3 championships. You're a Hall of Famer as a
Yeah,
catcher.
he does have 3, doesn't he?
Yeah, Hall of Famer.
And he's got great numbers for a catcher,
great
too.
numbers.
He does.
A couple batting titles.
Yeah,
So-
he probably would be a first ballot as a catcher. Maybe not first ballot legitimately,
So
but
those two can be interchangeable.
okay.
You know,
okay.
There's actually a big discussion because we're gonna have 200-game winners, and one of them is gonna be in the wild card. So there's a big discussion about maybe switching the playoffs to seeds.
I don't think that'll happen.
I don't either.
They're going to keep that division format. Baseball's slow to change.
But to get to the
Another
other,
100 years, and they'll maybe put a vote out for it.
I
That'll
mean,
get
by the
denied.
time robots are playing, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
but anyways, so the picture for the second wild card. I mean, actually last night St. Louis took it, so they're a game up on Cincinnati and San Diego now. I think St. Louis has probably one of the easiest schedules to secure that second spot. You know, I
They
kind
got
of
some
feel bad
bats,
for
too.
huh?
They got some bats, too.
Yeah, you know, Goldschmidt's coming around, Aaron's coming around, Carlson, left fielder's coming around, Tyler O'Neill, right fielder, he's coming around.
That's a big boy.
Well, you know his dad's a body lifter.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. So
Like Mortician?
Like a bodybuilder.
Did you
bodybuilder,
just- I'm
Continue.
just.
like more?
He was like,
get
wait a
you.
minute. What are we talking
Sometimes
about?
you're so clever, and other times you just like we need a slap button.
Yeah.
You can
So-
hate all you want.
Anyways, I feel bad for San Diego because they got to play the Dodgers and Giants twice. So I feel like they're the least likely to make it. And then we got Cincinnati that's kind of shitting the bed.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have even been in the discussion for the first place. So it's kind of how do you want to look at it? We're having a good year. We actually did something. Or if we don't get in, now it's wasted.
You know, for a team that actually is playing a bunch of rookies with Gutierrez and Jonathan India and
India's been good.
So I'm saying they shouldn't have even been in the playoff discussion to begin with.
yeah, but they still have Votto and actually another rookie, Stevenson.
Votto's kind of on the end of his career. He's having a good year. Don't
He's
get me
having a
wrong, but
good
he's
year.
kind of on the back. His last couple years were not
but
good.
Winker's been hurt. Castellanos, he's a decent player. So they're a good team. When they're all healthy and they're all playing, they're a good team.
Okay.
At least that's how I feel about them.
That's fair.
They got a good pitching staff with Sonny Gray, Gutierrez, Wade Miley's threw no hitter this year.
Yeah.
So, but I just think St. Louis, just the way they're playing the best of the two right now. So I'm going to say St. Louis is going to get in. And then in the AL wild card, we got Toronto taking the lead by a game over the Yankees in Boston, which secured those two spots by, I believe, 4 games about a week and a half ago.
Yeah, the Yankees came
Over
out of
Toronto.
that loss of that epic game at the Field of Dreams game and went like 10-0. And then since then they've gone like 1-11 or something like that.
Yeah, epically bad.
Like they
But-
went from leading the wild card to
which really
now they're
makes
out
no
again.
sense because they have just the bats they have. It's just
Very inconsistent, a lot of injuries. Just not great all around, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I mean, I got to kind of lean towards because New York, Boston, and Seattle's 2 games back. But I got to lean towards Boston. I think, if I remember right, they play Baltimore the most with the remaining schedule.
that's not bad. That's good.
No, that's always good.
So, and then the other thing I got to talk about real quick about baseball is, the MVP race. I know Ohtani, he has to have it, in my opinion. But you got to look at Vlad.
I think Vlad's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah, he's definitely in the conversation. I mean, just the numbers that he's putting up this year, he's, I think, 4 RBIs away from the Triple Crown, which in his offense with the Blue Jays, he could probably achieve. So to have a Triple Crown winner and Ohtani, this is probably one of the greatest baseball years ever.
To have
If
a-
he gets that Triple Crown.
To have a Triple Crown winner not win MVP would be pretty crazy.
The only reason I'm going to say no is because while the Triple Crown is very amazing, unique, hasn't been done a lot, it's been done. What Ohtani is doing this year has never been done. No one's even come close.
Which is
to
why
what
I
he's
said it
doing
would be
Yeah,
crazy that a
that's why I
Triple
said it would
Crown
be crazy.
winner would lose.
Wouldn't win it. Yeah, I agree. Ohtani's going to get it. He could have probably quit playing in July.
What point were you
and still
making,
got it.
Caleb?
Well, the way you said it made it sound like it'd be crazy if Vlad
He
didn't get
understood
it.
me.
I totally understood you.
Yeah, it just
It's-
didn't come
it's
off
just-
that way. Didn't
it's-
come off as a big Ohtani support. That's all.
That
Just-
Ohtani's gonna
just
win. Like
clearing it up.
it's
Yeah,
not
that's
even.
all Ohtani's going to win.
Vlad is in the conversation. He wins Triple Crown. He's got you could make an argument for him, but he's still gonna lose out to Ohtani.
Yeah, for sure.
If he doesn't, there's some serious bias going on somewhere.
Ohtani could have quit in July and probably still would have won it, in my opinion, right now. But just to have a Triple Crown, maybe. I mean, this is all, he's close.
Here's why: if
crazy.
Vlad gets the Triple Crown, I think he gets the MVP.
No way, dude. He doesn't get it.
This is why I think
There's,
he
there's
gets
not
it.
a sports
Baseball is
writer out there that's gonna give it.
Baseball is notorious for not giving you the award if your team is terrible.
There is that.
They are notorious for that.
There is that.
Hardcore notorious. And if Vlad gets the Triple Crown and his team makes the playoffs, I could see them not voting Ohtani, which is just stupid.
No, they'll give it to Ohtani.
It's not his fault he plays on a shit team.
Yeah, but just think what that team would have been without him.
Really bad.
Really bad.
They're a shit team.
So,
Not my fault. The greatest player in baseball plays on a really bad
I
team.
mean, they
It's
gotta
not
give
his
it to
fault.
him.
He's putting up greatest player in baseball numbers.
if they don't give it to Ohtani, I don't know if I'd be a baseball fan anymore.
Whoa, that's a hot take. Pew 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 pew.
Dude, he's going to get it.
That's a hot take.
There's no way he doesn't. Just what he's done.
That's a bold statement, sir.
I'm confident.
He's like, I'm done with baseball. I'm done with you.
Whoa.
done with you. But I'll still put my money on some games.
I like that. There's no reason you shouldn't make money on baseball, right?
Right. So, and then in the National League MVP race, I got Walker Buehler and Corbin Burns
Really?
Yeah.
In the MVP?
Yeah, pitchers. Yeah.
in the MVP.
In the
race.
MVP?
Well, so Burns is 10-4 with a 2.25 ERA. He has 152 innings pitched, 210 strikeouts.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Solid.
Okay.
I'm not going to say amazing, but solid.
You know, and then Bueller is actually 14-3 with a 2.32 ERA, 186 innings pitched, and 189 strikeouts.
I'm trying to think of batters in the NL that.
The only person I could think of was Acuna before he got hurt.
Oh yeah, Acuna would have been up there before he got hurt.
You don't think our boy down in San Diego has played enough games to get it?
Tatis?
Yeah.
Nah,
I mean,
He plays every day compared to a pitcher that's every 5. It's so unheard of for a pitcher to win MVP. It is so rare that happens because they only do every 5.
well, I think with Corbin Burns striking out 20, or was it 19?
Yeah, but that, I mean...
They probably will give it to Tatis, but that's just who I like.
no, I saw that somewhere else on Bleacher Report that they liked both of those guys for MVP in the end.
Otani's
Really?
pitching numbers do not give him MVP. It's the fact that he has really good pitching numbers, top 5, and he's doing batting the way he is. You know what I mean? So I don't. That's tough. That's a tough call.
So that's it. That's all I got on baseball.
Call it right now.
How many games?
Who you
left?
got making it in?
Dodgers, White Sox.
Oh,
How many games we got left?
You're
in
going
the-
World Series right there? I was just trying to get you to say who. I was just trying to see who's in the playoffs. You want to jump all the way to the end. All right, cool. So Dodgers, White Sox, but who do you think finishes out this little playoff hunt here?
For the wild card?
Yep.
I got St. Louis, and I have Boston.
Well, that's just one of the 2 wild card spots. So
Toronto, I think, is on a hot streak.
Toronto and Boston get in.
Yes, Toronto and Boston get in. And the Dodgers are 16.5 games up on everyone else.
So Tampa wins that division.
Yeah, dude, Tampa's like 7 games up on Toronto.
Okay. I just making sure
Is
we're
it?
clear there. Who you got in the NL?
St. Louis,
And
the Dodgers.
okay, so San Francisco holds on to the division then.
Well, you just asked me who out of the wild card teams are in the wild card.
Yep.
And make it.
I'm just making sure we're on the same page. That's all.
Dodgers take the division.
Okay, so does San Francisco get the wild card?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And St. Louis. All right. I like it. We will be following baseball just like we did basketball. A lot closer with playoffs and everything rolling around. We'll be talking about it. See who does make it in. See who kind of continues in the MVP discussion, things of that nature. Obviously, the big topics there.
I'm still pissed off. Zach let me bet on Roberto Clemente Day.
Dude, okay, you know what? I'm a small business owner. I got a lot of work to do. I can't think of every fucking thing at 5:30 in the morning when I
Easy,
decide to make these bets.
fellas, easy.
Okay,
Save that
you
one
know
for
what?
off air. Save that. Say easy.
You blame your betting
Easy.
problem on yourself.
Couple of degenerates over here, ladies and gentlemen. Pinky, let's put a smile back on that face of yours.
We will as soon as I
Little
see 2
football.
outs on this board.
Let's do a little football, Pinky. Let's put a little smile back on your face.
I mean, yeah, that does make me smile. I love it so much. Oh, week 2. Coming up here. All right. Starts tomorrow night. Giants and the Redskins. Football team, whatever.
You caught yourself, though.
That red-skinned football team.
Hey, when we're not on air, they're the Redskins. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
It's true. They will never not be the Redskins.
and we lost our money. So it is what it is. All right. So I don't know if there's anything to say about this game. Taylor Heineke playing.
Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
Rundown, baby. Let's do it.
Rundown of what?
The games.
Games of what?
Football. Starts tomorrow.
Sunday NFL.
Oh,
right?
Thursday.
But you're not just doing Sunday. You're doing
Thursday.
starting with Thursday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thursday.
All right,
I
let's-
said tomorrow.
Let's just be clear on what we're
See?
trying to
He
accomplish
wasn't
right here.
listening.
I know. Yeah.
I was listening. You just jumped right into the game though. Like you didn't let the people know
I
we're
didn't give
going
you
to
some
do.
warm and fuzzies. Didn't cup you. Like
Is that what it was?
little reach around.
Just saying,
nothing?
like we're trying to be a
you
little
gave him
more
a straight ball tap.
little more concise and
little flick and
okay.
I was
All right.
here. I was here with you. Pinky.
you were there.
Yeah,
I saw. We made eye contact.
Yeah, we were going. We had something.
I don't know.
I think this is going to be a non-competitive game against 2 horrible offensive teams.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Which defense?
Two good defensive teams.
Which defense is going to prevail?
Washington. That's because like even if the Giants just have no offense, dude. They're terrible. And like Saquon Barkley, sorry, I don't think he's good enough to carry that team. That's just all there is to
Well,
it.
did you see the picture of the Broncos game and the Giants where the Giants players blocked each other, and Von Miller came around and sacked Daniel Jones?
So they're like the Jets of like early
They're like
2000s.
they're like the bad news bears of football right now.
That's depressing.
So,
Well,
so what we got next, Pinky?
Rams Colts.
Why is everyone looking at me?
I think personally this is going to be a pretty good game. I think you're going to see heavy defense first half, and then second half you're going to start seeing some touchdowns fly.
I don't like Wentz's matchup against the Rams.
35-28, somewhere in there.
Some decent
Whoa.
scoring.
What's
That's
the
big
over?
scoring. The over's 48.5.
Yeah, it's definitely over that. I don't know. I
Stafford looked good.
thought Wentz looked good too. Taylor's,
Did he?
I don't think he
They
looked
got
bad.
rolled by the Seahawks.
Well, but that's Seattle. They play really good the first 8 weeks, and then after that they're like, whatever, we're done. Time to go start losing and get people to question
Yeah,
why they're good.
I have no idea on that game at all. I wouldn't bet that at all.
No, I don't like that game.
Texans Browns.
Oh, the Browns are going to crush the Texans.
I wish I can say I felt that great about it, but I don't know, man.
Texans
Okay.
are going to be better. Than
Line's
everybody
12
said.
and a half.
Yeah, absolutely. Really? 12 and a half?
Line's 12 and a half.
Wow. I don't know.
I'd take that line.
Texans?
They played.
You take
No.
Texans at 12 and a half points?
No, I'd take the Browns and the points.
So the Browns to win by 13.
Yeah.
That's
I think Texans are going to be better than everybody said they were, but I would take the Browns in that situation.
Yeah, the Texans played the Jaguars, and
I mean, the over is 47 and a half. I think I might bet the over on that one, but I don't know if I touched either
That's-
one of that
that's-
spread.
That's because Cleveland's going to get all those
No,
points
I don't think I
back,
would because
so-
I see it being like 31-10.
Yeah. I don't know. That's tough, man.
Oof.
That is tough.
Browns are going to get some revenge, though. Saints Panthers.
I think this is going to be a competitive game.
Saints might be Super Bowl contenders.
No,
Oh, no.
Winston was
No.
like 159 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Less than that. It's
Listen,
like 140.
The Packers thought it was preseason, so they were just like,
It totally was preseason.
They were like, let's go through the motions. Whatever.
Beginning of last season were the Saints Super Bowl contender. Yes.
Been every year
Yes.
since preseason.
Yes.
there.
Yes. You would have said yes. Yes.
okay, so here's the thing, right? This
Their
is-
offense looks better right now than it did any
I
point
wouldn't
last
say
year.
that.
No.
What?
Okay, no, dude.
No,
they
that
had,
was a picture of the Packers defense.
they had
Okay.
phenomenal field position. You can tell that by his 142 yards that he threw with his 5 touchdowns.
If you
right?
if you look at his line and cover up the 5 touchdowns, and you just look at what his line was,
Yeah, you'd
you'd
be
be like, oh my god, that team got blown out.
right.
That's a Taysom Hill line
like,
right
this
there.
quarterback only got me 8 points.
No, you wouldn't because you'd see turnovers that were generated with what SP just talked about field position. You go, oh, he didn't have to throw the ball.
It's all field position.
Correct. So
The
when
point
you don't,
is when he did throw the
when
ball,
you don't
was
get
it
those
accurate,
turnovers, though.
on time, and where it needed to go?
But here's
yeah,
the-
it
here's-
was
can't-
actually.
you can't rely
surprisingly.
on turnovers.
Here's the other thing, though.
I'm not
too.
worried about the turnovers. That's what you're talking about because you're trying to bring down what he did based on the
I
numbers.
just know that
But
it
if you go-
wasn't as good as it looked.
Numbers can lie, make you say anything you want. You're absolutely right, Pinky. Numbers don't look like he had a great game. But wait, the problem with that is if you dive a little bit deeper, he threw the ball where it needed to go, when it needed to go there, in a position for his guy to make the play. That wasn't normal Jameson.
he did get corrective vision surgery, so
Is that what it was? This
If
whole
he
time
can
he's
continue to
disabled?
make those right decisions, they are very dangerous on offense.
Okay, well, I'm just making this argument that if he wasn't getting 5 touchdowns, Kamara was because that defense is absolute garbage.
You could be right.
Somebody was scoring.
You
It
could
doesn't
be
matter
right.
who it was. They could
I'm
have.
saying what I saw surprised me because Jameis looked like a very competent quarterback. He looked like a number 1 overall pick.
I'm just saying that most people will when they're playing such bad defenses. And so here's the thing: the Saints are notorious for being very well prepared when it comes to that first season. Of the
Absolutely. I
Right.
will fully agree with you on that.
So, and the Packers are also known over the last few seasons to not play really good in the beginning.
Sure.
So, in other words, I think those two things add up to what you saw. And it doesn't say a lot. We're
This
going
is
to know
what I'm
more
going to say about
week
this
6.
game. I feel like since the Saints had a quarterback competition and all their wide receivers are hurt, everyone was in preseason. Everyone was playing.
I mean, that's true. Yeah,
so they got
those
three
guys,
more-
those
they-
guys
they
got more
basi-
reps than most people did.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Same with the Broncos. That's why I think they look good. It's because they got more. I know the
Well,
defense.
they played.
Yeah, I know.
They played their
It's
starters.
a great take.
Yeah.
It is a great take.
So I think
And I don't disagree with anything any of you guys are saying. All I'm saying is if this is a new Jameis, if the year sitting behind Breeze and learning from him and Peyton actually did something, they're going to be dangerous and they're a Super Bowl contender.
you got to remember he was a first round pick.
I'm going to go
first overall
playoff contender. We'll hold off on Super Bowl contender, but
Still got a good D.
Yeah.
You got to get through Tampa first.
I'm not going to disagree with any of that.
I'm telling you that once you come across really good physical secondary, those wide receivers are going to have much different games. So
Well, and
There's that.
Jair Alexander didn't even shadow Callaway, which was supposed to be the number one receiver. It's like,
yeah, they didn't show up. They were in preseason mode.
they were in preseason mode.
All right. Next.
Bills,
Next.
Dolphins.
What the
That
hell?
is-
I would like to say with super confidence I'm taking the Bills, but
Yeah.
they came out looking like the Packers.
again,
Right.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
None of them played in preseason.
Right. So they dusting off
They
the rough.
they played a good defense. The Steelers' defense is pretty good.
It is, but that I mean, there's people talking about the Bills as the best offense. So you should have showed possible MVP candidate. Josh Allen didn't look great either. So they're playing another good defense,
yeah.
and it's in Miami, is it not?
It is in Miami.
I think the Bills win. I think they win by about a touchdown, maybe 6. But I think it's going to cause people a lot of heartache and anxiety until that game's over.
Line's 3.5. So
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Anticipation close. All right. I think the Bills defense is going to do much better against that Miami offense, though. So it's going to keep things a lot more competitive for sure.
Miami pull out the win against the Patriots.
Tua looked competent against
But
Bill Belichick at
Competent.
home.
I'll give you that.
But that's what I was saying, though. I was like, I picked Miami to
Well,
win
that's
that
because
game
Harris
anyways.
fumbled on the 4-yard line.
Yeah.
Well.
Patriots win that game if he doesn't fumble.
Still, Tua looked competent against Bill Belichick at home with a shit ton of time to prepare for him. So, who's better, that defense or the Bills defense?
Well,
I'm probably still taking the Patriots defense.
So then, this game might be closer than people want to give it credit.
might
Well,
end
that's
up being
why
a
the-
3-point game.
Yeah.
If that's the case, which is so sad to say out loud, but whatever.
Well, I mean, just give it a week or two. There's 17 games now.
yeah.
It takes a little while to find your identity.
It will, for sure. But I think this game's going to be close. I think that line's not far off by any
Yeah,
means.
the second week is horrible for picking teams if you look at it.
Yeah. Next.
40
Next.
49ers, Eagles.
Jalen Hurts looks good.
Yeah.
I'm
Devontae
still wondering-
Smith looks good.
I'm wondering, did the Eagles look that good or were the Falcons that bad?
I think the Falcons are worse than everyone thinks. I think they're going to be contender for like bottom 3 teams this season.
I kind of already had him there, so that I thought that offense would move the ball a little more than it did
Well,
against that defense.
That's,
so
I thought that'd be the only thing keeping them in games.
Yeah.
And that didn't even show up.
Philly healthy, and it
So-
looks like Jalen Hurts could be legit.
He
Getting
could
that
be.
ball to, I mean, Goddard had a great game. Rager had a great game. Devontae Smith had a great game. Miles Sanders had a great game.
Well,
Gainwell had a great game. They have weapons.
Vegas believes in the Eagles enough that it's only a 3-point spread.
I would actually take the Eagles.
That I don't know if I could do that. No, I still got. I can't take the Eagles on that one. I think it'll be a better game than I would have said 2 weeks ago.
What's got you so interested on the other side that you couldn't pick the Eagles?
I just think they played a terrible team, and they just looked good based
so
on
did
those
the
margins.
Niners, though, and they almost lost.
Well, I
The
don't know.
Niners
I
let
guess
the
I-
Lions hang 38 on them.
wouldn't
They almost let the Lions tie them.
tie. Yeah, true.
We don't know if they would have lost.
Regardless, they let the Lions hang 38.
Well-
So that defense doesn't scare me.
I think it's more of though maybe you were not giving enough credit to the Lions. I know everybody wrote
I mean,
them off as soon as Stafford left.
they
but-
scored 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes and two-point conversions to get back into the game. So
The
that's a little
49ers went on
skewed, but-
cruise control. Don't get me wrong. They went on flat out cruise
This is
control.
what I'm saying. If this game was week 8, we'd all be saying the Niners.
Right. But yeah, I mean that's a good point.
I like the Niners.
I think
I'm still
I think
taking
Philly
the
could be a
Niners.
sneaky bet this week.
I still think the Niners have the better coach. They have the better overall team.
I think so too. A little bit more skilled, a little more seniority, and a better defense for sure.
Tell me if this is a hot take or not, but as of right now, based on what I saw in the first 2 weeks and what I know from the past couple seasons, I'm taking the Eagles wide receiver core over the San Francisco 49ers wide receiver
Yuck.
core.
Dude,
Yuck.
Deebo Samuel looked good. I
Yuck.
know
He did. He
Ayuk
did.
didn't have a single catch.
I feel like that's a really horrible take by you, Caleb. The Eagles wide receiving core is pretty garbage.
I don't know, garbage. They're young.
Devontae Smith had what, 80 and 7 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown. Rager had 6 for 50 or something.
And we
and a touchdown.
already commented the Falcons are pretty bad. So
I'm just what about San Francisco's wide receiver core makes that a bad take?
Debo would have had like 300 on the Falcons.
Okay, so
I mean,
the
Devontae Smith
49ers
getting
have
80
the
yards
best-
is
the 49ers
not like
have the best receiver.
it's not amazing. I don't understand where the amazing comes into that they're really good. They're not.
What amazing where I just said I would take Eagles wide receiver core right now over the San Francisco 49ers.
It's a
wide
bad
receiver
take.
core.
Let's move on.
Again, why is it a bad take?
Because it's
So-
a bad take. There's more consistency
49ers have
from the 49ers.
the best wide receiver.
You literally saw one game from the Eagles. Jalen Rager's a bust. Smith looked good.
Why is Rager a bust?
He's a bust.
He didn't have a quarterback last year until the end of the season to
And
throw
he
him
was
the
hurt most
ball
of the
or an
year.
offensive line to let him run down the
He was hurt
field.
most
Like
of the year.
He's a Ruggs. Pretty close. Moving on. Bengals Bears.
Is Dalton still starting?
Yeah.
Actually, he didn't look bad.
oh yeah, he did.
I don't think he looked bad.
It wasn't awful, but it
He was
wasn't
basically
good
running for his
either.
life all game.
I've seen him at worse. Okay.
That's fair.
But no, I think as long as they have Dalton in there, they're not really trying to win.
I think the
so
Bengals wide receiver core and Joe Mixon actually looked good, decent.
that was a bit surprising. I did not.
Bengals
expect,
offense looks dangerous.
But you know who looked good on the Bears was Montgomery.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Montgomery looked good for sure.
You know, once Fields comes in, talk to me next week.
You know what's amazing to me is
Next
Matt
week.
Nagy, no matter who his quarterback is, does not ever modify his playbook to suit that quarterback's skill set.
That's what makes a bad coach.
Like I thought he would do more for Andy than he did Trubisky, and that is not the case
Yeah.
at all.
That's just bad coaching. When you don't know how to utilize the tools you have. I mean, yeah,
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Really bad.
Amazed he still has a job.
I'll be happy when he's gone.
it'll be the end of the season. Actually, it might be like week 15. Who knows? 14.
The defense might keep him competitive enough to
I
keep
think,
his job. For
I think
the
the only
season.
thing that's even going to make him look competent is how quick he gets Fields in there, right? Like, 'cause if when they lose this next game, if they're still not,
I feel like that's the only way he keeps his job.
Yeah.
No, because if I'm Fields, I'm going, yeah, I had to improvise a lot in this game so that the front office at the ownership level
sure.
has made it very clear without me having to say this coach is awful. They know that I made those decisions, not the coach, so that he is not keeping his job to stick around next year.
He's
That's how I'm handling that
He's
if I'm
awful.
Fields, for sure.
second worst coach in the NFL right now.
Who's
Who's
the
the
worst?
I'll take David Culley and Urban Meyer as the worst two coaches right
I
now.
thought Urban Meyer would be coming out of everyone's mouth.
I want to
really
make sure we're on the same page before, like,
quick. yeah.
I mean, for all I know, you're going to say Gruden, and I'm like, oh.
No. Oh well. I don't.
He's
like,
in the bottom 10.
I
He's
do
in the
not-
bottom
I
10.
do not like Gruden either. All right. See, here's the thing that I
I
hate
mean,
about Gruden.
we'll get to the game
Yeah.
a little bit, but
The
I
problem-
mean, based
problem-
on that game that we just saw Monday night, and he went toe to toe with Harbaugh, I would say he's not that bad of a coach.
Pretty bad. They looked awful for literally
Listen,
3 quarters.
Okay, if they didn't lose that game, there was no way Raiders were winning. Like literally turning the ball over when they did at the worst, most inopportune time. That was so bad.
Just Lamar, man.
What?
Lamar doesn't turn the ball over twice.
Carr doesn't throw that interception that goes in for a touchdown.
That was a bad throw, though. I mean, like you
I'm just
know
saying
what I mean?
that's no different than Lamar fumbling it at a bad time. Like they had a chance to go up a touchdown at that point. Like that's an unfair. I think you guys do the Raiders disservice, and I hate saying that as a Broncos fan, but I think you do them disservice.
I watch John Gruden, and sometimes I will say his offense makes sense. He does make lemonade out of lemons because and I don't know who's making the front office decisions. Their roster's garbage. So yeah, he's probably a half decent coach because of what he works with.
As good at drafting as Elway. I have no problem saying
Elway's
that.
better than Gruden and Mayock. Absolutely.
He's definitely not.
Absolutely, because they've drafted a Hall of Famer. Elway drafted a Hall of Famer. Gruden and Mayock haven't.
Dude, anybody would have drafted Von Miller at number 2.
Not everybody.
Anybody.
Mayock and Gruden drafted Clinton Farrell, and he was a healthy scratch yesterday.
Who was a surefire Von Miller in that draft that they had an opportunity to take?
I guarantee there was better players than Clinton Farrell.
That's not the point. You're talking about a dude who everybody had as the top pick, if not top 2. There wasn't somebody sitting on the board when the Raiders picked Colin Farrell that was that same level.
There was absolutely more players that you would pick when it's a shock that you took Clinton Farrell.
I
at that
agree
pick.
they reached. I'm just saying there wasn't that surefire Hall of Famer like a Von Miller sitting there. That's all I'm saying.
They suck
Elway
at drafting,
has been
bro.
trash, Pinky, at drafting.
Until they get to a Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl, you can't make that argument.
That has nothing to do with the draft, Pinky. That's free agency.
Absolutely. They drafted Malik Jackson. They drafted Danny Trevathan. Both of those were on the defense.
Oh, here comes
They
the
drafted multiple
glasses,
linemen. They
fellas.
drafted
I'm sorry.
Demaryius Thomas. They drafted Eric Decker. Like, I get it as a whole. When you look at his drafts as a whole, they're not great. But he drafted enough players that took him to a Super Bowl. So you can't compare the two until they do anything. And they haven't done crap in Vegas. They haven't. They've underperformed. Somebody's losing their job.
I mean, their records have been better than the Broncos over the last 15 years. 10, 15. I mean,
No. God, no. Look it up, bro. You want to pull that out? Look it up. They've not been better than the Broncos the last 15 years.
bet you'd be surprised, Pinky.
No. I guarantee you right now. I put a C note on it right now.
Interesting.
Okay.
I'll find it.
Because we've got Peyton years. That's 4 years that the Raiders sucked. So guaranteed the Broncos were better over that time period. So I think you're trying to make an argument that isn't going to work in your favor.
I think you're forgetting how bad the Broncos were outside of those Peyton years.
They were average. They've been bad the last 5 years after Peyton. They were average before Peyton. You still got to add in the 8-8 season from Tebow. Like, that still counts. It's not great, but it counts.
Yeah, I just think the Raiders have been almost
They haven't. Look at
basically
the record.
8-8 since that
No.
time span.
God,
They've been
no.
basically 500. So
You won't pull it out. I'll pull it out.
just thinking.
My-
Move along to the next game. I think we spent too
You
much on
pull up
that.
the games. I'm going to pull up the records because you've pissed me off.
No, we'll pause. We'll wait on this. This is fine.
My issue with Gruden is the fact that he never realizes why what he does doesn't work, and I think that's the biggest issue about him as a coach, is that like if he can't figure out why he's losing, you know what I mean, and it's like apparent to everybody else, I think that's just the telltale sign of having an issue.
So, Raiders 2019 7-9, Raiders 2018 4-12, Raiders 2017 6-10, 12-4, 7-9, 3-13, 4-12, 4-12, 8-8, 8-8, 5-11, 5-11, 4-12, 2-14, 4-12, 5-11, 4-12.
Okay, my bad.
2002 11-5.
They've been worse than I thought they were. I
Thank
thought there
you.
was a couple more closer to those 12-4 seasons. 8, 500. But the Broncos have been really bad too. I'm tired of Broncos fans saying we haven't.
They've been average, absolutely, and they've been really bad the last 5 years.
No, they've been below
Absolutely.
average outside of the Peyton years. Below average.
We are talking Raiders Steelers next game.
Is that
Steelers
what-
going to roll.
is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
I actually got the Raiders in this game.
After I saw it with the Baltimore game, honestly, I'm picking the Raiders. And I can't root for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh does not look good in my opinion. And Najee Harris definitely did not look good.
Not at all.
That is looking like an unfortunate thing since this is the year I decided to draft him. I'm like, I'm gonna risk it for a rookie. I never take rookies. I'm like, I'm gonna do it in all of my leagues, and I'm highly regretting it now.
Steelers are 5.5 point favorites,
Ooh, well, definitely bet.
It is
on the
in
Raiders.
Pittsburgh.
I'm definitely gonna.
and they have a way better defense right now. Than
It's
the
an
Raiders.
earlier game. I do like the Raiders on an upset, lower scoring.
I can see that.
Anything's possible week 2.
It's true.
That's all I'm going to say.
If you take the Raiders in the 5.5, I wouldn't be mad at you. Patriots Jets.
Yeah, I think Patriots take this one.
Is it a blowout?
I don't know if it's a.
Surprisingly, Wilson looked good in the second half. Like, he looked bad in the first half, and all of a sudden he came out looking like a different dude in the second half.
I'm gonna say it's a blowout.
I could see that.
Rookie quarterback
Against
second
Bill
star,
Belichick, do not do well. I totally understand that.
Turnovers. They capitalize on turnovers. Like
Wilson improvises just enough though, where I could see this being a game. Surprisingly,
I don't think it's a game. I think he'll have moments. He looks good.
I think this is like a 28-10 loss. I don't think it's going to be good for the Jets.
I think I see it a little close, like 24-13, but it's closer than the score. So the score looks kind of like a blowout by NFL standards. Anything more than a touchdown is a blowout, pretty much, right?
No, it's got to be like 2 touchdowns for a blowout.
Yeah, I'd say 2 touchdowns.
10 points? Could we say 10 points or higher?
10 plus.
Patriots are winning. Patriots are winning by more than 10.
Well, I'm saying by 13, or I mean 11.
winning
But
by more
I
than
feel like
10.
it's going to feel closer than that score.
See, and I feel the opposite. I think when they finally put points on the board, nobody's going to know how bad it was just because they end up scoring late. You know what I mean? It's
okay.
a bunch of empty points that they're putting up just to try to make it look like a game.
I mean, the Patriots are winning, though. I mean,
yeah, I think I'm saying it's probably going to be a 28-10 game.
Okay.
The second larger spread of the week, Tampa Bay and the Falcons. 12.5.
This is so bad. This is going to be so bad. If the same teams show up at this game, you're looking at like a 48-3 win. You know what I mean? Because Atlanta
Does
looks
Atlanta lose by 74 points?
rough. Yeah, one of those
No,
no-brainer
but-
bets might not be a no-brainer with that.
Next.
Vikings Cardinals.
Cards
Oh,
roll.
dude, cards roll.
I feel like, honest, they're...
They look good.
I had them in
Kyler
division,
Murray looks
so.
really good.
Well, Chandler Jones and 5 sacks.
That helps.
3 of them
Wow.
in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I said they got some talent on that defense that people are underestimating.
if you guys remember,
I
I
said
called-
Kyler Healthy's crazy. I have them winning the division. Let's go.
I don't know. They look good though. The whole division looks good.
They were all 1-0.
Yep.
So is the AFC West.
AFC West, NFC West, 1-0.
Yeah.
What's next?
Cowboys and Chargers. Ooh, I'm glad I got my bet in.
Boys are the underdog here too, which
Boys are
surprises the
underdog,
shit out of me.
And the line has moved. It started at 3.
Yeah, what's that
It's
now?
now 3.5.
No way.
You can get the Cowboys in 3.5 points.
It's in LA too. Like their home, Oxnard, their home, not the Chargers.
Well, the Chargers are the favorite by 3.5.
right?
I think.
But I'm saying it's a home game for Dallas
Dude,
still.
that is. I don't even know how you could put that on paper. That is
Yeah,
so
that's-
ridiculous to me.
That's a bet I need to make.
We go in there and we 4 turnovers against the
I
Super
already
Bowl.
took the Cowboys in points.
Yeah.
4 turnovers against the defending Super Bowl champs, right? Throw over 400 yards against that big stellar defense, and then all of a sudden we're not the favorites against the Chargers. I don't know who these idiots are, man, but
Oh,
Who struggled to beat the Redskins.
right without their starting
I
quarterback.
think that's unfair. We got the Redskins kind of making the playoffs or on the fringe of the playoffs. Same with the Chargers. These are two good
With
teams
Ryan
this year.
Fitzpatrick,
I
had
said
him
that with
close,
Fitzpatrick, yeah,
Right,
Not
so
with Heineke.
That was who originally started the game. What did he get into the third quarter before he
No,
got hurt?
he
second.
Second?
He had
Okay.
7 throws when he got hurt.
Look, I don't think Heineke's bad.
I don't think he's bad. I'd agree with that.
I think he looked decent in that playoff
He
game.
moves
so
around. He can make some plays, but it's not a guy you want to rely on for the season.
We'll
not a
see.
starter.
He looked good in that playoff game. I think he might surprise some people this year.
So when you play a team who has no tape at all on you, I think you can surprise them.
I'm not going to just.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I agree. That's very plausible.
They have no idea what you do well.
Right. Fitzpatrick is,
Yeah.
He's a pocket passer. When somebody gets out there and he starts to move, you're not watching the QB. Like you
Heineke
were
can
before.
move.
Yeah.
He does use his mobility.
We'll see what happens.
I think he's got some playmaking in him.
I'm just saying it doesn't surprise. Like the Chargers aren't like a throwaway team. It surprises me that they're getting the 3.5 though.
I mean,
It sounds like it's just because they're at home.
most
That's the
home
only thing I can
teams
think
get
of.
3, which means a lot of people have put money because the line was 3 when it opened.
I'm surprised
moved.
it's not an even line though. Like that does surprise me for this game. Yes, Chargers are at home, but Dallas looked good last week. Dallas put people on notice last week.
Hey,
Yep.
take Dallas in the points.
Yeah, for sure. What's next?
Titans, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I really,
I think the Titans bounce back, but Seahawks.
I don't know.
Mike Vrabel calls out Julio Jones.
I think Henry runs 160 on him. I think he's going to come out and I think he's going to,
I can see that and still lose.
he's going to have that angry sex in him. You know
Titans
what I mean?
defense is not good.
Not at all.
They didn't do anything.
Russ
the
go for
offseason, really.
350 and 4. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. No, I think Metcalf and Lockett are going to have great games. Actually, Carson surprised me on how good he looked. He came
when
out-
healthy, he's a beast, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Carson's a top
When healthy,
5
he is.
running back.
I was
when
gonna say
healthy.
we're on the same page there, Pinky. Cheers.
We agree on something.
When he's healthy, he has that potential for sure.
Yeah.
In that offense.
And you know what? He's hurt so much, I forget what he looks like when he's running.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh,
Very
yeah, that
angry
guy.
runner.
Yeah, I remember him now.
runs through a lot of tackles.
Yeah, for sure.
Next,
So, Chiefs, Ravens, Sunday Night Football.
Chiefs in the points.
Line is 3.5. It is in Baltimore.
Yeah, Chiefs in the points.
I think it's gonna be a tough game.
Let me ask the room. DraftKings has a bet this week. Mahomes passing, Lamar rushing over 360.
Take that all day.
369, I believe.
365 and a half.
Okay.
So they have to combine for 366.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Absolutely.
They're allowing that bet to be made?
Yeah, which sucks though because I think it was actually plus. Now it's negative.
Yeah, it should be negative. That
But
should definitely be a
I think I'm
minus.
gonna throw down a good bet on that. Pretty sure I'm gonna throw a good bet down on
Yeah.
that.
That should be like bet 50, win a cent. Like that's what that line should be.
Kale was saying that's pretty much a guarantee. Get your
Yeah.
money in on that.
Yeah.
Next.
So we have the Monday Night Football game of the Packers and the Lions.
Pack big, I think.
Can you guess what the line is?
It's Pack only have
10
like
and a half.
no, it's like 5.5, isn't it?
11.5.
Whoa, I was way off. Yeah,
I'm taking the Lions on that game. I
to
think
win,
To win?
outright.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, you take the points on that.
I
but-
think the Packers still have another 2 to 3 games before they figure out what they want to do.
Pack win big.
Although if you do take the Lions straight up, 410
Okay.
plus 410 if you take the Lions straight up.
I'm taking the Lions.
Boom.
Cool.
I think the Pack. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to decimate the Packers.
Give
at
us
the
our
Lions
last game,
here.
Pinky. Give it.
We
to
always
us.
talk the Broncos last.
Give it to us.
Kind of what we do.
Give it to
Broncos
us.
in Jacksonville. What's the line on this one, Aaron?
I would say 7 points?
I bet it's 11 and a half.
6.
Jags. The Jags.
That.
I'm kidding. I'm
like,
kidding.
are you kidding me? I'm like,
Broncos in 6 points, basically.
yeah. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to
No,
get.
Jags in 6 points.
It's the Broncos in 6.
The Broncos are minus
Favored.
6.
They're minus
right,
6,
so
yeah.
it'd be the Jags in 6.
Jags.
If you're going to say it that way. Because you take the underdog in the points.
Yeah,
As I was saying, Trevor Lawrence is going to get used to losing.
he is.
Yeah.
He's going on 2
Yeah.
here.
Guess what, though? Urban Meyer's not taking a college job. He is committed to building a foundation in Jacksonville
For this year.
that he'll get to do till week 8.
I mean, he can resign anytime he
And then
wants.
the players will revolt. But you won't know they revolt at first because he'll have some kind of health condition where he has to take a week off. And then
he has
won't.
played that card way
And
too
then,
many times.
then it'll kind of come out that he's not going to necessarily come back right away. And then it'll start coming out that the players weren't big fans of the way he ran a tight ship like it was a college program. And then it's going to be all downhill from there.
All I know is they looked bad.
Yeah.
Bad. The Texans seem like a junior varsity team overall when you look at their talent as a whole.
Yeah.
And they put a stomping on the Jags.
Yeah. Well, you can't argue, though, that actually Taylor did not look that bad.
Tyrod
Yeah.
looked
I
pretty
said
good.
I said he was
He
going to
looked
look
pretty
good.
He looked better than I anticipated.
Sure.
Because I thought for sure the Texans would
I
get beat in
thought
this
they were
game.
going to lose that game for sure.
And when you look and you're like, oh, Trevor Lawrence had 300 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. It was at the end of the game.
Yo, check
Yeah.
this. Tyrod is what people are hoping Lamar Jackson can become throwing the ball. Because if he does, he will be unstoppable. Tyrod is a poor man's Lamar Jackson.
I just don't think Lamar
He
can-
can't run it quite as well. He's not as electric running.
Not now.
But he can throw it better.
I don't think Lamar can read a defense. So
Yeah, that's the problem.
I don't know. I think the passing game's kind of a little too simplistic from Greg
I also
Roman.
think Greg Roman does not put a great passing game out there for him.
Well, okay, so here's the thing, though. When's the last time you saw Lamar put a guy into motion? Right?
Never.
Exactly.
But
So
that's not in their offense is what I think it comes down
That's
to.
not even the point, though. The point is, listen, if you know how to read a defense, you're going to get as much information as you can pre-snap, right? And if it doesn't mean anything to you, you're not even going to ask. And that's how you can tell Lamar is not that kind of guy.
But why is everybody putting that on Lamar and not Roman? I'm confused
I
why
think they're
Roman
both
isn't
at
taking
fault.
this heat now.
Listen, if you're a quarterback and you're obviously the star of that offense, I'm not asking somebody's permission to see if they're in zone or man. Like,
yeah, but if
I'm
your
gonna go get
play
that
isn't
information.
designed to have a motion in it, you can't call for a motion.
But
That's
my
the
point
thing.
is, if you're a good quarterback, you're saying we need to start doing these things if you want me to start looking at reads.
And he could say that all he wants, and they could be like, nope.
I don't think that's how that's going, though.
Greg
I
Roman's
don't
offense
think
has
he's-
always been really good for about a year or two, wherever he's been.
And
then
it's
teams-
always been a run scheme
correct.
creativity,
Yeah,
not a
Everything
pass
looks,
scheme.
everything they do looks like a run, and then when they pass out of it,
I think you'd
linebackers
be
have
surprised
already
if you
fit.
saw Lamar Jackson in a Kyle Shanahan offense. I think you would be surprised what you saw. That's just my take.
I would be, because I'd be seeing things I've never seen him do before. So I don't know. It's
I've
some
said
point,
since
man.
day one he's capable as a passer. Based on what I saw at Louisville when he won the Heisman, I did not have an issue with his passing capabilities. I personally think the offense has stifled him. I could be way off. I could be
think-
way off, and it could
no,
be more what you guys are
I
saying,
agree.
and it's Lamar. Pinky and I are on a
agree
roll
with Caleb.
tonight.
We're on a roll.
I think the offense is stifling him, not the other way around. I don't think he's stifling the offense.
But because I haven't seen it, because his offense hasn't asked him to,
I'm going
I
off
don't
what I
think
hear.
he can do it either. So
Fair.
I feel like he's a better version of Kaepernick. I think he can throw the ball better than Kaepernick.
You can run
But
better.
even that got stale because, again, Lamar in this offense, and again, maybe no fault of his own, when he's getting pressured, he moves out to run versus moving in the pocket to throw the ball.
yeah.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I think where I see a little bit of it, though, is I've seen him sit in the pocket and then dance out. And me personally, I think it's because the route tree that they have them running doesn't allow for enough improvisation after the fact.
God, we need to send Peyton Manning a tweet for his show and ask him what he thinks. Anybody watch that?
I also think Lamar's
I told you about it.
Yeah, it was really good. I also think Lamar's a much better passer than Colin Kaepernick. So I think that's doing
I would
him a
agree.
disservice as far as a comparison.
I do, but
so,
again, it's the same offense.
I
They do
agree.
a lot of the same things.
I get what you're saying. It's tough. It's
Yeah.
tough.
Because even Tyrod Taylor
Yeah.
played in a Greg Roman offense in Buffalo. That's
And-
when Tyrod Taylor had his best season so far, was in that offense.
They let him throw a lot more than they let Lamar. So that's where it's kind of like,
Well, they didn't quite have the running backs.
exactly, but that's my
to-
point. Greg Roman didn't get to really run his offense there because he didn't have the running game. So, again, is it Lamar or is it Greg Roman? It's I lean towards the offense being the issue, not the player, but it could easily go the other way. Roundabout way of saying Broncos win big.
I don't think it's a game.
I don't think it's a game.
I'm definitely, yeah, definitely.
I think Trevor's going to see some things out there in coverage that he's not seen.
I think that poor guy's going to go out there and have.
He's
four
also going to
turnovers.
have Von Miller on his
Yeah.
ass.
That guy's going to have. I think he's going to have 4 turnovers.
He's going to wish he had stayed another year.
He's
This-
like, wait, who's got the first pick? I'm coming
This
back.
season is going to make him question why he didn't stay at
You know
Clemson
what the
another
irony
year.
of that is, though? He stays one more year. He's probably the quarterback for the Falcons. And then he gets to throw the Kyle
You think the
Pitts.
Falcons will be worse than the Jags or the Texans this year?
Yes, I do.
You think the Falcons will be worse than the Texans and the Jags this year when
Yeah.
it's all said and done?
Yeah, I do.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, that's kind of a
I
crazy
think I'd still
take.
pick the Jags. I think the Jags still get the number one pick.
I don't know about that.
They're going to be like, who's the best O lineman? You're on our team. Let's go.
Yeah. Can't do it. Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a little rundown of where that's going this week. Next up, we should go ahead and get back to Zach's favorite little corner topic. Come join him on the stairs of the stoop and enjoy a little fantasy DFS talk, ladies and gentlemen.
So it is my favorite time. It's fantasy DFS time.
You're a fraud.
I think in the future we should just make it fantasy and talk more about just guys we like with matchups per se. What do you guys think? Make it more broad so people who are just doing regular fantasy don't feel left out and they think it's just DFS.
That's fine with me.
Could be used universally, the information, I feel like. Yay, nay?
I like DFS, but
I think they match up very well.
Yeah.
There's some
Because if we're talking about in DFS, they
there's
have
a
a
little
good matchup.
There's a little
right?
overlap going on.
Okay. All right. Well, so, okay. There you
Yeah.
go.
Overruled.
Zach, continue. My bad.
Continue. So I like Teddy Bridgewater's matchup against Jacksonville this week.
God, yes.
5,400 going against the 23rd ranked passing defense.
He's so low right now. Like, that's just a great value.
It's a great value. So then I spent up a little bit on running back with Nick Chubb going against Houston.
Anybody going against Houston's a good play. I like it.
And then I have Elijah Mitchell at 5K going against Philly, but he could be interchangeable with Trey Sermon depending on what they say further in the week.
Mitchell. Take Mitchell.
Mitchell's
beat him
starting.
out.
Mitchell's from what Kyle Shanahan said,
At
he beat him out in
least-
camp.
Yeah, at least for a few weeks, Mitchell is the guy.
I don't, unless he has a bad game where he has like multiple fumbles, I don't know if he loses this job after what he just did week one.
It was
I
Detroit.
mean, they're going to ride the hot hand. That's what they typically do.
You don't know who's going to be it.
So, right now, it's Mitchell. Ride him.
Okay, so then I got Keenan Allen at 7K going against Dallas.
Sure, they can't cover him. Who are they going to cover him with?
Trayvon Diggs, homie.
Yeah, I'll take Keenan Allen in that matchup.
Me too.
That's all right.
So then I had to save a little money, and I
get
put KJ Hamler in, which should have had a touchdown last week,
Guys
but
gonna
dropped the ball.
Make sure you apologize to me later, all right?
I mean, you're not getting that apology from last week. I'm just saying.
You know what?
It would have been good, too.
We score those points.
You were getting real scared though, weren't you?
I was. If anybody doesn't remember last week, I made a bet on air that if the Cowboys beat the Bucks, I would give Aaron a personal apology message.
Right.
My wife was like, "What are you so angry about?" I was like, "If I lose this game, I have to send Aaron a personal apology message."
Did not look good
And she
there
was
for
like,
a second
"Wait."
for him.
Why are you so mad about that? I was like, because I have to say I was wrong, and he can play it over and over.
That's right.
And like there means something. She's like, well, what happens if you win? I was like, he has to buy me a bottle of Breckenridge whiskey. Oh, well, it sounds like you got a better deal. I was like, you don't understand it. I don't like saying I'm wrong.
Right. Trust me, that apology video is going to last a lot longer than that bottle of whiskey.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
But it's not coming this week.
No.
So any takes on Hamler? Anyone say anything?
I like that take. I mean, any Bronco against Jacksonville, I like.
Well, 3,600. I figure
I just
Teddy looks for him.
you're gonna find. Well, he's gonna look for him deep because he's gonna be open.
Yeah,
But are you gonna? How much is it?
3,600.
Yeah, he scores a touchdown. You get your money. You're good. Yeah, that's a good pick.
Okay, so then I got DK Metcalf going against Tennessee.
How much is DK, anyways?
76.
Ouch.
But they can't guard anybody, so DK and Tyler Lockett are gonna have a good game.
Yeah. Or Chris
I don't know if
Carson.
you'll get your 3 times that you like to have with DK though.
Well,
You could.
Lockett,
not.
I believe, is 72. So one of them you're paying up for, and I'm going to go with the big body.
I feel like they've got a deal where they alternate weeks based on last year.
I mean, they did
Now
that.
it could be 2 and 2, it could be 1 and 1, but they feel like they got a little alternating kind of. I'm going to take it big this week, so one of them's going to go for sure. Lockett went last week, so it very well could be DK this week.
So look at DK goes deep, right? What did Murray do to get those passes to Christian Kirk? I believe they're all over 30 yards.
I mean, Lockett goes deep too.
Yeah, Lockett actually, for a while, he was the bigger deep threat. I mean, he was like 30, 40-yard passes. So I think either one can do whatever they want, and that's the reason.
One of
why
them's
they
going to have a
alternate
big
the way
game.
they do.
One of them.
Which one?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I don't hate the DK pick.
I'm
It's just a
going
lot
DK.
of it's just a lot of money to spend for a maybe. You know what I mean? But
You got it though. You got it. You got to find that boom.
That boom.
But are you going to get the boom out of that price?
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I like
Following his method,
I know.
I don't know if that's going to hit. I don't hate it though.
24.
Couple maybes.
don't hate it.
Couple
I don't hate
maybes.
it.
Okay, so then I got Rob Gronkowski going against Atlanta at
Gronkosaurus, you know I love that.
4,700.
I
Okay.
love that.
That's by far the best value, I would say.
I'm in. I've got some options, but I'll throw those in a moment.
So, and then I have Chase Edmonds going against Minnesota
I like it.
Like
and
like
the Broncos defense.
Yeah.
I think Broncos defense is
Just
no,
everybody's-
no-brainer.
Everybody should be playing Broncos
Yeah,
defense.
Yeah.
not-
Whatever
it's
you
30
decide.
They're not even the highest one.
Mm-mm.
They're 3,800. There's two more high above them.
It's super cheap.
Yeah,
Well, you got to think. I think Chubb's coming back this week.
maybe.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe. They might hold. I would hold them out for another week.
Yeah, you might as well.
Willie
at this
Green
point.
looked fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Jonathan Cooper looks good. Draymond Jones looks really
Pinky,
good.
what did you have that was the same other than the Broncos? Was that?
I mean, I did have Bridgewater. I had Chubb. I had the Broncos. I mixed it up a little bit. I took Melvin Gordon
okay.
against the Jags. I think that's easy. Corey Davis
Ooh, I like
against
that.
the Patriots.
I told you guys Corey was going to have a big week.
You did.
You did.
You were right. Antonio Brown against the Falcons. Brady and Antonio Brown have a they're on.
do.
I
they're on par
I
together.
completely
But isn't he-
underplayed how good Brown was going to be. I was kind
He's
of
what, 7,100?
Brown is 6,000.
Brown.
Antonio Brown is?
6K.
Oh, yeah. Plug his bitch ass in.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks good. And then I took Mike Williams,
Unless he gets some fight with the movers.
6,100 for Mike Williams
Yeah.
against the Cowboys. I think that's a shootout game. So I take any Cowboy, any Charger you want to take. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
And then Noah Fant at 4,200. That's
Okay.
a pretty good play, I think.
That's a lot of Broncos
Six-
to score, though.
True. 6 catches, 62 yards against the Giants. I think he can do better against the Jags. And then Damian Harris against the Jets.
Interesting.
5,400 for
We
Damian
are
Harris.
surprisingly on the same page.
So you got a lot of
Simpatico.
similars as Pinky.
A little bit, yeah. Because I'm running with Bridgewater.
The only fear I have with Damian Harris is that he did fumble. We all know what Belichick likes to do with running backs.
I think he
It's
gets.
going to be a James White game.
I think he gets to put his neck on the line one more time and then it's over. That's what I think with Damian Harris. He gets he proved he was the number one back.
and Stevenson fumbled
Until
the
the
first
fumble.
carry of the game.
Yeah, but Damian just looked good. He had over 5
Yeah,
yards per average
Damian's
carry.
they're going to keep riding.
He had a couple receptions too. Like he looked like he could be a 3-down back again for Bill Belichick. And we know when he gets those, like the Dillons and some of those other guys that he can ride 3 downs, he will. We'll see. You could be onto something there though. You could be onto something. All right, what do you got?
All right. So I have Bridgewater, Harris, Antonio Brown, Gordon, and the Broncos. So we're lining up pretty good here. Our differences, though, is I'm running with Derrick Henry because I think he's going to put up 160 yards against Seattle.
Okay.
I also have Cooper Kupp going against Indy.
So what you're saying is DraftKings has it the over of 97 yards. I should take that.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some things I'm good at. I don't know what they are yet, but I'll let you know once I find them.
Okay.
And I actually have Devontae Smith, 5,400.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. And here's the other one. I was high on this guy his rookie season. Let me down. And I'm like, I'm going to give you another chance, man. And he came back his second year. Then he gets hurt, right? So this year has to be his year. And I'm going with Njoku.
Interesting.
I think they are finally
At what price?
3,600.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He had the most looks at the tight end position last week for them. So is that game plan or are they finally doing it? That's an
No,
interesting.
I think they are finally
That's
going to
interesting.
utilize Njoku because he should have been like just a high priority item.
For-
And then things just did not go his way.
For $800 more, I think I'd rather have Gronk.
I don't know.
It's 9 actually.
I feel like
believe.
Gronk's getting a touchdown
47
this
to
week.
38.
I think you can put that down. I don't know what the odds are, but I think Gronk gets a touch this week.
That's interesting. I am not anywhere close to any of you guys other than the Broncos defense.
Right.
I went Kyler, Zeke,
At what?
82. Kyler's at 82.
Ooh. He better ball out.
I think he gets 24 plus easy against
Well,
Minnesota.
he
24 plus
Yeah.
easy.
I can see that.
He better do better than that for that money.
We're getting 24 plus 8 or 0.8.
Zeke, Mitchell, Nelson Aguilar,
Wait, Mitchell? Mitchell from where?
Eliza Mitchell, San Francisco running
San
back.
Francisco. Yeah.
Dude, that scares me. Like they just have too many running backs. I can't.
What's funny is if if you paid attention to things I was doing or talking about before all our fantasy drafts, basically every dynasty I took Sermon and I followed it up with Mitchell. And I said one of them is going to be the starting running back. I just wasn't sure which rookie
I just don't like the competition. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But
Fair.
Well,
So
wait, how much is he for though?
5.
5? Okay, so
Kyle
you know,
Shanahan starting running back.
Sure, he goes out there and puts up 14 points. You got your value big time. You know what I mean?
So I got him. Then I got Nelson Aguilar, T. Higgins, and Christian Kirk as my wide receivers.
How much is Kirk?
5.
Seriously?
Yeah.
After the performance he put up last
Yep.
week? That's nuts.
So, and Aguilar had 18 last week, Higgins had 15 last week, and Kirk had 24. So they're all sitting at right at that 5,000 mark for cost.
That's pretty
I
good.
get 15 from all three of them. I get my triple.
Yeah.
Went Goddard for my tight end. And then I went Mixon for my flex. And then I've got the Broncos team.
How much Mixon going for?
7.
That's up there.
I spent a little bit on him, but I figure him against Chicago, I like that matchup after what I saw last week.
Sure.
So, see what happens. But I am way different than you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Closing thoughts?
Man, I think it's going to be an interesting season.
I think we'll know more in about 4 weeks.
I mean, it takes a while for teams to find their identity, so we'll get a better feel for what teams are good and or not by then.
That's true.
Whiskey's real tasty. I hope everybody has a great week. Enjoy the games. Enjoy your weekend. We're going to
Whiskey's-
start talking a little college football coming up in the next week or two because we're going to start knowing some things finally.
Let's give Zach a little bit of appreciation for leaving the Sassenach here and allowing us to enjoy some
Appreciate
more
it,
of this.
son.
The Sassenach is a fantastic whiskey to sip on. It really is.
You guys are welcome.
Everybody enjoy yourselves. We're out.
Peace.
I can show you where my heart's at, see it on my sleeve. Even if the beat stops, my soul will not leave. If I never stood tall, nobody will ever see. I can show you where my heart's at, see it on my sleeve. I can show you where my heart's at, see it on my sleeve. Even if the beat stops, my soul will not leave. If I never stood tall, nobody will ever see. I can show you where